Hi, this is Nathan Crane for CookwareJunkies.com. We're going to be unboxing the Zojirushi Gourmet d'Expert electric skillet today. This is the high-end model in our test right here. We're going to put it through its paces and see if it's worth the extra money. It looks like it's designed to store in the box, and it has a diagram here for how it's going to go back in. Breakaway cord with what looks like a magnet lock. Substantial instruction manual. Glass lid, nice and heavy with a screwed on handle. That's going to be very solid. Got the inner sort of liner pot where the actual cooking is going to take place. And then the outside cooking shell. Looks like it comes in a few just small pieces. We'll see how it stacks up to the cheaper models.
Okay, we're back with it from our first test where we took and melted butter in 6 different skillets, sauteed vegetables. Wanted to see which one got the best saute and how long it took. When we look at the Zojirushi, we're going to find that it heated up probably the 3rd best out of the 6 that we took a look at, and that's pretty much where it finished in the end as far as sauteing the vegetables. Wasn't superior, wasn't at the bottom of the pack. I mean, the saute was nice, but it came in about 4 or 5 minutes later from our top tier ones as far as the saute goes on the vegetables. Outside of that, we'll continue to see how it progresses as it stacks up against some of the lower end priced models in our next 3 tests that we have left. All right, we're back from our sear test with our Zojirushi, and we had a chance to go ahead and bring these things up to their maximum temperature. One thing to note about this guy is he does go up to about 420, which is a little higher than the maximum temperature on most of the skillets. So we went ahead and just turned it up to the 420, put the lid on, gave it 10 to 15 minutes to reach temperature, and then at that point we threw we threw a top sirloin right in there, let it sear for 3 minutes on one side. And then when we flipped it over, that was kind of our judge on how we decided which one of these had the best sear. The Zojirushi had a great sear, and then we turned the heat down to about 300 to let it complete the other side of the steak. And it brought the steak right to about 130, probably the quickest out of all the skillets that we had tried. So very quick, nice sear. And then left our, the center of the steak nice and pink and juicy as like a medium rare. So all in all, did a pretty good job as far as searing goes. Once it heats up, it does hold this heat in pretty good on this kind of like cast iron style design that it has. So that's pretty conducive when you flip that steak over. Even though you turn that heat down a little bit, still stays nice and hot to continue to give you that nice outer crust. While cooking throughout with the rest of the heat kind of hanging out right inside there.
We're back from the pancake test. The Zojirushi did not perform well on the pancake with our overall test methodology. It produced a pancake with minimal browning, topping out at golden, and not terribly tasty, although it was acceptable. When we cranked it all the way up to maximum, though, it produced a good pancake. This is because the Zojirushi runs at a lower temperature than some of the other models, and so cranking it up to maximum brought it up to about par with some of the other skillets. The upside, it did work. The downside, it does not have the high temperature performance, but it did produce a good pancake at the end. We're back with our review of the Zojirushi electric skillet. We just put it through the fish poaching test, and it is top tier. We held some tilapia at poaching it at 140, and it has been holding it admirably. It's staying in a tight temperature range between about 120 and 150, and the fish has come out first class. It will work exactly as intended. You can hold this fish as long as you like while you prepare sides, and otherwise work excellently. All right, now we've got the big finish for the Zojirushi. This is an interesting model. We chose to review it because it is sold as an electric skillet, but ultimately we have to conclude that it's not. It does not perform as well as our higher rated ones in the jobs that we've chosen for an electric skillet, but it does a lot of things pretty well. It holds temperature better than any we have, and the thermostat is the most accurate of the group. However, when it comes to actual performance, the sauteed vegetables were fairly limp and not terribly well browned. The fries were probably the best tasting ones, but we had to work for it. It took a lot of doing to get the oil where it needed to go, and it was kind of hard to keep it there. When it came to searing the steak, it surprised us. We got a really good sear on the steak, but unfortunately, because the cooking surface is so small, you're getting exactly one of them. The pancakes were similarly weak and not terribly well browned. I wouldn't want to use this for breakfast, especially considering that you could cook 2 pancakes max. On the plus side, this was the absolute best for poaching the fish. Its temperature control made it the best of our group when it came to poaching the fish. Ergonomically, it's an interesting sort of mixed bag. It has a tiny cooking surface, its biggest problem, but it probably has the best thermostat. Also, the thermostat is built in and uses a breakaway magnetic connector, so it's the safest for tableside cooking, and the most useful since it actually has a long extension cord. The inner pot comes out and could be used on the stovetop, and ultimately I can't recommend it, especially at the high price.